These are the notes for section 10.1, using properties of tangents. We hope that you enjoy these videos and that you get a lot out of this chapter and get some practice and insight into what you'll be doing in Algebra 2. First of all, a circle. I know you know many things about the circle, but we will be exploring much more. A circle, first of all, by the definition, is the set of all points equidistant, so equal distant, from a point called the center. So when we look at the circle, we have a center here in the middle, and then if we come out from the center and we hit the edge of the circle, that will be the same distance as if we went this way and if we went that way. And by the way, the name of that length from the center to the outside of the circle, that's called the radius. So the segment from the center to the actual circle. Another type of segment that we see in circles is called a chord. And the chord is this line here at the bottom, this line segment. The segment has endpoints that touch the circle on both sides. So a chord is a segment with endpoints on the circle. And a special chord is called the diameter. Right here in the middle, it goes to the center, and its endpoints are also on the circle. So the diameter is the segment or chord that passes through the center. Now, if I'm writing too fast for you, just remember that you can pause the pause the video. You can actually go back and watch it again if you needed to. We know a few things about the diameter. We know that the diameter is twice the radius. In other words, the radius is half of the diameter. We know that the diameter cuts the circle into two semicircles. So we'll look at lots of diameters. A few more items that you may not know about on the circle. We have tangent lines. This line down here, that's called a tangent. It's a line. It could also actually be a segment, or it could be a ray that intersects a circle in exactly one point. It would never pass through it twice. It would only just touch it right here. That's called the point of tangency. It's the point at which the tangent intersects the circle. And we'll see lots of tangents, and we'll talk about their relationship to the circle. If the line happens to pass through more than once, if it passes through twice, that's called a secant line. That's this green one right here. And that has to be a line. If it wasn't a line, if it was just a segment, we would call that a chord. So a secant is kind of like a chord, but it's an actual line. It goes on forever. A line that intersects a circle twice. So if it intersects once, it's a tangent. If it intersects twice, it's a secant. How many times can two circles intersect? And I want you to draw some pictures. Let me show you one example. There's something called concentric circles. Centric kind of makes you think of the word center. If you have a circle, think of its center, and then you have another circle going around it that has the same center. Those are called concentric circles, and these actually do not intersect. So how many times? It could be 0 times. I'm going to make this your first checkpoint. I want you to try to finish that question. I want you to see how many times two circles can intersect. And we'll see in class if you were right or not. So you will need to finish this as part of your assignment. A little bit further down, you'll see tangent lines. You'll notice we have a tangent, and it touches the circle, of course, just one time, and we have a radius drawn from the center. You'll notice that there's a 90-degree marking. That is true. Tangents are perpendicular to the radius where they intersect. And common tangents, if you have two circles, maybe think of a point here and a point here. If you draw the tangent line between them, that's a common tangent. Same way going here and here. There's another common tangent. You can also have common tangents going in between. Maybe looks like that. Or maybe going this way. Those are all common tangents. If you take a circle and you draw two tangents and they intersect, the length from the point of intersection at the tangency will be the same on either side. So if this is 5 inches up here, this is 5 inches as well. So again, from the intersection point to the point of tangency would be the same length. Another thing you might hear about are inscribed circles. This is what a circle inscribed in a triangle look like. When they're inscribed, the triangle or rectangle or whatever the object is will actually be intersecting with the circle just one time. Sorry, just one time each. So here, here, and here. So you might hear that terminology throughout the chapter. If you look on the next page, it says class notes. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow in class. We'll start with the warm-up. We're going to do a proof, and then we'll do a couple practice problems with the vocabulary that you just learned. So again, if you need to go back and relook at anything from the video, please do that. And then tomorrow I will check your checkpoint, that was at the top of the second page, to make sure you have that finished, and that will let me know that you did the video.